exclusion drove me nuts. My skin colour means I'm always wearing cuffs. I hail from Africa, my family's skate massacre. Jump onto my train of thought, still taking passengers. I just wanna make a living, to be honest. Whether getting economics for kids in my list of problems. Bigger, living just enough for London. Trickle down doesn't function. I stand tall like the pyramids of Lowkey, 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 Lowkey,
my natural resource when I want it back. Now I tip every single chain, I will not relax. Just got to the tap, to my world, looked at once a rap. Looked at my comrades to come back. When you say the truth, they attack like a saber tooth. Nigga clear, they make you disappear. Now you ain't through, don't need more goings. We don't need more recalls, we don't need no goings. They talk about terrorism, they talk about terrorists. Look up the definition and tell us what terror is. Only know the definition if the television said us. Say public enemy number one, they treat me like Professor Grip. This album is still in the making a quarter century. For to bless the beat and rap over recording. I knew the truth since I was a small little boy. I am a product of the system, I was born to destroy. I get done. They're calling me a terrorist. Like I don't know who the terrorist.
On me, I tell them this. I'm all about peace and love, peace and love.
But they're calling me a terrorist.
Like they don't know who the terrorist. Insulting my intelligence. Oh, how these people judge.
Thank you very much for having us. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Make some noise for Awate. With the B-sides up in the air. Now we from side to side, now we from side to side. Everybody wave from side to side, now we from side to side, now we from side to side. Everybody wave from side to side, now we from side to side, now we from side to side. Everybody wave from side to side, now we from side to side, now we from side to side. Let's go. They're calling me a terrorist, like they don't know who the terrorist. When they bring on me, I tell them this. I'm all about peace and love.
Peace and love.
They're calling me a terrorist, like they don't know who the terrorist. Insulting my intelligence. Oh, how these people judge. It seems like the rackets and nappies are worrying the night. But your dad's favorite food is curry and kebab. It's funny but it's sad. How they make an army hurry with your backs while the roof is trying to study all the facts. Told me, what's the bigger threat to human society?
The homemade ID.
Remote control drones, killing off human lives or man with homemade bombs. I know you were terrified when you saw the town of school is so terrible. Some forms are more powerful, it seems nuts. I've been there really such, I can do it. You might take my life,
But you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
you might take my freedom,
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
you might take my life,
But you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
you might take my freedom.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
Can't use my music to advertise you watching your bar. Can't use it to advertise the drink you got at the bar. Can't use my music to advertise for anything. But true, I guess that's the reason the industry won't let me in. My integrity is the reason I'm keeping differently. Keep it 360, I can do this
Independently,
It's likely I'm quite mad. Cause I say with ease, slavery.
He gave us trees, Nikes, and
They
iPads.
don't like my ranks and my style is like like a lecture. Caught up on it. I'm an honourable student with the facts on your Julie. Should I hip hop or grind?
McDonald's music!
No commercials, always controversial. What my pen is written. When they listen, many have risen from the mental prison. That's why you don't see my face up on the television. And every time I try to sleep, I hear the devil singing.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my freedom.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my life.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my freedom.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my life.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my freedom.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my life.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
You might take my freedom.
You can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
Thank you very much, guys. Organizers, turn off the writers, take the speed all the way back to Oppenheimer. Call it warfare, but your wars aren't fair. If they want to keep stand for the ones, they will mangle your son. If you try to speak out, they will stamp on your drum. To your land, they will run till you stand up as one. It's begun.
Keep your hand on your gun. Don't you trust anyone.
I can't hear ya.
Keep your hand on your gun. Don't you trust anyone.
Next in my scope is Lowkey. Easy, my TV is way too deep, WP. That goes to the TV screen. CBC or TVC, IDN or ITV. COP, say IDG, the POP like ITV. Wanna see me hook for rappers with bars bad as a bag of beat. Catty crackers get cancelled, Canada to planetary customer click. Cash and cavalry, crushing to casualty. Can't incorporate the covers, conversation can illegal, calculated cannibal, the causes carnage casually. Daddy, and this is nigga, I disagree, you did it for did you think a dummy, I do it differently. I define deliberately diligent delivery. Everything is evident, my essence is every element, effortlessly edit your enterprise with eloquence, elevate with the energy of Eminem. Every entity that's ever been an enemy, I'm ending them. The factors are fractured, fractures, the fragments fantastically. Fibbers fabricate fallacies and find fantasies. Flip faithless fellas from fakers to flipping fans and be flippantly famish and finish these fanatics factually. Give gangsters gangrene and gangrene, gradually grappling gate crashing, gathering with the gang of G's, gallivanting geezers get guided to the galaxy or gallows for gambling with the general's geniality. I happily happens to happen to have a hackably. Like hatting, I'm habitually hazardous, how it has to be. Hospitalized haters, Holland Holloway or Hackley. Hate haggers, have to hang on with a handkerchief. Illustrious illustrator, realist in the industry, illicitly cause illiterate idiots injury, impatient. People innovations, but ignorant imbeciles idolize my imitations. I jack a jackal through his jacket and just jump. Got jitteries, jockeys jabbering, Jamaican to Japan, got jealous junkie jokers jabbing January to January. My journalism journey, just don't jinx my jiggy. I'm the king, the Kaiser, reminding my king of karma. I'm a kangaroo, keeping your kennel, you Kurt koala. Walking back, rappers, a gap in the flap in the lyrics. Cut out the tap and the back in the sticks. Has to be big, the impact it has on the kids don't give. But the rap to begin, when they come and kill, they're just stacking their chips. Wonder why the youth never strapped in the biz. It's not a 9, it's a night, getting trapped in your ribs. People die for the petrol gas. In London, you get shanked in the hearts of the government. Football tax in the rocks, ignorant little spitters are talking greasy. Cause they make things at the store on TV. Before you have to find the holes on the door. So when it's too late, you sold it, you sold it. Jokers act like you know what you don't. There's a little kids that ain't over the block.
Nice out, amazing, spent blazing. They tell me it's a nothing, gateways in the mazes. Oh wow, it's wow, amazing to be. Now let the revolutionaries sing. Set up all your rights and fight for revolution. Free your mind and so ignite the constitution.
Why?
Cause they're killing us all.
Tell them again.
They're killing us all.
Cut that. Alright, listen. So for the next one, I want you lot to help me out. Enjoying the show, ladies and gents? Everybody clap, clap, clap. hop ain't dead.
It's in Brighton.
Hip 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 hop ain't dead.
It's in Brighton.
Hey, we don't want them. No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
We don't want
Drop the
them.
beat, let's go. Everybody put one fist in the sky. Let's go. No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
No, no.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
We don't want them.
Look at my face, I'm on everything that you hate. Half this, half that, born in the UK. You wanna stop immigration, well it's too late. We're here living and there's nothing you can do, mate. Worst comes to worst, you should pack your suitcase. Scared little man with a screw through suit. I'm a hindrance to the ignorance you bring. Doesn't make a difference with the flipping pigment of your skin. Can't blame immigrants for the state of the economy. So come here, know about trying to make some noise. Make some noise. Put one finger in the sky. One finger in the sky. That's very nice. Let's go. I believe in equality, freedom and honesty. I believe that I'm a born leader, so follow me. I believe in respecting others. I believe some should learn from. I believe that you reap what you sow, and people won't believe if you don't speak what you know. I believe the truth is sacred.
Immortal technique. Holla, motherfucker.
Righteous rhymes to my right, wrestle the devil with my left hand. Never been for desire, it's never been a yes man. My art is like really bright, painting pictures and death man. The average person is allergic to the words of wisdom. This is for everyone that's the damn splurge for the victims. And all the pure souls that never had the chance to speak. Too much in my art of reason causes my heart to beat. The soldiers wanting to torch about guilty memories. You realize too late to reveal their real enemy. It's all dead wrong. For every victim of racist persecution from Auschwitz to Airport. My words may sing cowards for people that were atomized by the third Nick. Those living through the wars ask me what I do this for. Put the world in its place before it puts you in yours. You can try to avoid it, but it's pointless.
You can never avoid the voices of the voiceless.
You can try to avoid us, but it's pointless. You can never avoid the voices of the voiceless. Okay. The next track we're gonna drop is a new one. So you sing along with the words. Look out for it online. Let's go. Let's do that. These are amazing, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. You're amazing. Make some noise for this young man here. Make some noise for him. Thank you very much, man. Let's go. Did Ahmed not deserve a life? Ahmed never had a die. Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Certain Ahmed wish that he could be being better, tiny on the skyscape, because the birthday he was murdered by. Ahmed never knew to let your racism internalize. More vote for every war in his cause, not another scratch. Ahmed was a beautiful person, like you and I. Ahmed could have been a doctor, lawyer or an engineer, could have been a superstar, but his life ended here. Yes, he was a shooting star, burned bright and disappeared. Time he seems to represent a menace in this hemisphere. Let the end make the very essence of this message clear. He was precious, many died like in every year. Ahmed was a victim of resentment and relentless fear. Now his soul searched the ways I wish we could have kept him here. Thanks again for this man right here. This is his work, it's amazing. Was introduced to Europe, Greek philosophy, what was interpretation, mathematics and astronomy, symbolically irony in this horror is a lost of me. Trying to get to Europe, my Greeks is very lost to see. Ahmed, the Ahmed, is that dead. Brother lying hands on the beach with his back bed, arms spread, reaching the direction that is dad. But if he made it here, would have been bullied from his accent. He was captured by the ocean, paralyzed and frozen on his parasites, sand tank, analyzing golden out for resources. We all compete beyond the talk of war and peace. Talk of borders, there is found a teddy next to where his body was found. You see, swallowed him, politics is swallowed him now. And those responsible, Ahmed goes to follow them now. To the family, all we can say is we are sorry he drowned. Because the CEO holds the secret. They call him Ahmed. Let him drown, what have we done, don't let him drown. What have we become, don't let him drown. Please, don't let him drown. And they say, let him drown, let him drown, let him drown. What have we done, don't let him drown, let him drown. Oh, what have we become, don't let him drown. Please, don't let him drown. Cause Ahmed could have been you, and Ahmed could have been me. You need to understand the policies that put him in the sea. You need to understand why it is the beaches full of dying kids. So you're lonely, you're vegetable, people wanna reside in 86. Really making a fool of something that's deeper and down like Jimmy and Bongo. We're round up with a deeper picture. Having the flowers on the beaches of the reef to make you see. Some would grieve more if Ahmed was a creature with 4 legs. Then they would consider him legitimate with the rack and bring him carbine. Turning off their fingertips like those alien. That mentality still exists, it's privilege, the difference between the expat and the immigrant for Ahmed Somali, that's not a super Ahmed. We think that was you and it's not me, you're the stunning. Not a sport, there are sisters and brothers. That's the sum of it, the cockroaches here are in the media and the government, not the sea. What is it, hold on? They call him Ahmed.
Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by.
Let me hear ya. It's like
Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by.
Alright, let's do the next one. Take everything from negative, Americans and wonder why I call it the racist experiment. Afraid of your melanin, the same as it's ever been.
I ain't gonna change with the race of the president.
I've seen imperialism under your skin tone. You could call it Christopher Columbus. Is it a abomination or an abomination? Doesn't make any difference when you're on the nation. Doesn't make any difference. The world's entertainer, the world's devastator. From Venezuela to Acapella, yeah, check it. Khawarizmi estimated the circumference of the globe at a time when Europe thought the earth was flat and couldn't tell the time of day. The astrolabe paved the way for the clock, now I'm about to turn it back. Was a genius like he'd been seen and perceived as backwards when Oxford scholars deemed bathed in a heathen practice. History from Aristotle to Kindi as we gather, innovations of Ibn Haytham to Da Vinci and the camera. Us Roger Bacon, Galileo and Adelard of Bath, Ibn Charter before Copernicus, century and a half. House of wisdom, books weight in gold, answers to conundrums. Chain wholesale the sea before the Ghana and Columbus. You are not who they say you are, you're blessed with a choice. Here since the 700s, look at King offers coins. You could do whatever it is that you want to do. There's a crater named after El Mamoon on the moon, so fly. Like Abbas ibn Farnas. Civilizations build on each other, not each to their own. My question, if people are equal like the teeth of a comb. The judge, I didn't think so, but it seems shabby, nasty, what I need. Check the vintage depiction of Ibn Rushd. Think twice, study history, give it a different look. History literally littered with pitfalls and ridicule. Fatum and fairly funded, one of the oldest still existing schools. It's deeper than some rhymes I'm providing for the listener.
Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Gaza!
While we listen to truths made by ignorant fools, Israel, not the human from deliberate food. They bring in the truth, so we won't even clips of the news. They make money off the products we are quick to consume. And this is not simply a question of different views. It's not emotions, what I slack. But it's the truth. If you're a Christian, or if you're a Jew, they're just people living in different conditions to you. They still dying when you run in schools, mosques and hospitals. It's not because of rockets, please God, can you stop this all? I'm not related to the strangers on the TV, but I'll relate, cause the strangers couldn't beat me. Words could never ever explain the war tragedy. It's not a war, they're just murdering more rapidly. We are automatically supporting pure savagery. Imagine how you feel if this was your family.
People, long live Palestine! Free
Sing it with me now. Free, free
Palestine!
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 Free, free This is not just a war or a stolen land. Oh, you all want more tune? Alright, ladies and gents, for this last tune, I want you lot to welcome to the stage a legend. Ladies and gents, make some noise for Black the Ripper!
O-P-A-M-A. You ain't fooling everyone, I see you ain't too late. You was VIP at the BIC, and we know that's the code name to CIA. Hey, hey, the same way it happens when watching us, we're watching you. Think we're easy to control, you ain't got a clue. Revolution's on the way, and see what you're gonna send the troops, you're gonna drop the nukes. See, it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. He's sitting in the White House, so who cares if he's black? And why is there soldiers still out here in his back? Natural resources ain't yours, it's theirs, give it back. You're just another puppet, but I'm not surprised. Look at Colin Powell, economy surprised. You didn't change shit, house niggas fresh off the slave shit. All burning hell, even Michelle Obama.
Obama Nation! Was getting money, but they didn't say shit.
Military bases will change us to Okinawa. I say things that other rappers won't say, cause my mind never closed like Guantanamo Bay. You didn't build a statue attached to your arm, there's a cross still flying over Russian. Didn't defend the war, no, he extended more, even had the time to attempt to do in Ecuador. Morales and drivers who stay to run a Harvey up. Military now stationed on bases in Colombia. Take a trip to the park and tell them I was right. As Ali Abu-Nima and Jeremiah and Ryan. Run. Living in Libya is a woman of Obama getting ready for Syria. The first black president, the masses were hungry, and the same president just from an African country like
Obama Nation!
Please. Thank you guys for coming with me, ladies and
Battleship was getting by, Obama didn't say shit.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Peace and love. Alright, ladies and gents, we're going to do one more tune, yeah? It's a new song that's out now called Children of Diaspora. So I want you lot to help me with the chorus. It goes, we never bow to the Queen, no.
We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen, no.
We never bow to the Queen, no.
We never bow to the Queen, no.
We never bow to the Queen, no. Don't you wonder what became of the children of diaspora? Make some noise for Awate! Make some noise for yourself, Brighton! Make some noise for all of the staff in this wonderful venue. Clean it up after we've left. All the people that are working on lighting, working on sound, working on security. Make some noise for them. They mistook us for some passengers. Now we're stuck here singing soul music from the natural. Can't relate to your sense of dislocation, type of pain that cannot be contained in a dissertation. The reason that the terrified is setting such an aspirate. The reason they couldn't jeopardize their remain. Ladies and gents, 1, 2, 3. Don't you wonder what became of the children of diaspora? Those that innovated in their ways and their vernacular. Those that saw the traces in the faces of the massacre. I wonder what became of them. Tell me what became of. What became of the children of diaspora? Those that innovated in their ways and their vernacular. Those that saw the traces in the faces of the massacre. I wonder what became of them. Tell me what became of them. Look, Ahmed was a child of diaspora. So fear not, so fear not. Ahmed was a child of diaspora, so fear not, no. We never bow to the Queen, 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 no. Since the middle passage, the simple you swim. Make some noise, Brighton! It's been emotional. Thank you so much. We've loved every minute of it. You've been amazing. Yeah. Since the middle passage, the simple you swim. Bleach the pigment of skin and praise, privilege trickling in. But are we missing a link? Diaspora's the reason MJ did to his nose what they did to the Sphinx. And why Marley made the most classic of art. The reason Gabby Douglas never put her hand on her heart. The reason Malcolm Little changed his name to X. The reason the president's melanin remains a threat. Ahmed made the drug they arrested and mangled his name. But the root of the word is to thank and to praise. Racism manifests in many cancerous ways. We must rally for change in these most tragic of days. But Kwame Rice never had a weapon.
They still shot him.
Emmett Till never had a weapon.
They still shot him.
Gordon Sterling never had a weapon. They still shot him. They call it first world diaspora problems. Don't you wonder what became of the children of diaspora? Those that innovated in their ways and their vernacular. Those that saw the traces in the faces of the massacre. I wonder what became of them. Tell me what became of them. Nina Simone was a child of diaspora. So fear not, fear not. Franz Fanon was a child of diaspora. So fear not, so fear not. There's no allegiance to the flag. There's no allegiance to the flag. There's no allegiance to the flag.
No.
Tell them again.
No allegiance to the flag, no. There's no allegiance to the flag, no. There's no allegiance to the flag, no.
We never bow to the Queen,
no. We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen,
no.
We never bow to the Queen, no. We never bow to the Queen,
no. Thank you very much, Brian.
out today's EP. Really appreciate the support. See a couple of the tracks now as you walk out or as you go there.
Where's the after party?
After party. Is there another night here also? Is there a night here also?
Not really.
I've got no idea. Oh, it's Brighton, you told me, what the hell? Peace anyway, thank you.